Is this the right career for me? Is this the right job for me? Am I doing something which is related to my passion or purpose? Have I taken the right course or degree? If you people have these questions in your mind, let's try to answer them in today's video.
My name is Anmol. I'm a mental health practitioner, counselor, psychologist, career coach, and life skills trainer. I'm here to share my insights and learnings with you to tackle life challenges and attain your highest potential. Let's create balance in your life.
Hi everyone, I hope all of you are doing great. Welcome to my channel Ask Life with Anmol. According to a research study, previous generation had around 4 to 5 career transitions in their life. The current generation, that is our generation, millennial and Gen Z population, people who are born after 1980 or people who are born after 1997 who are Gen Z population, will have around 17 career transitions in their lifetime. What happened during the pandemic situation? People who were working for 10 to 15 years in a company were thrown out of their company just because the company was not making profit. At that point of time, many people realized that we should have a side hustle, a side business apart from a regular income coming from the company or job. Job market has become very volatile and uncertain. In 2030, India will have the highest adolescent population from 18 to 25 searching for jobs. It has become very important to understand career options and have career counseling sessions at every stage. In today's video, I will be giving you a tool which will help you navigate how to make the right career choices for you. How do we make career choices in life? We are living in a social media driven world. We see a podcast of a YouTuber. We say that okay, we want to become a YouTuber. We see a motivational speaker. We say it is a very lucrative career. I want to become a motivational speaker. We see a stand-up comedian. We say we want to become a stand-up comedian. So whatever media gives us the information, they are only teaching you or showing you the success. Because success sells at the end of the day. Nobody will show you a failure of a person. So this is not the correct way to make your career decisions in life. Let's try to understand this with the help of an example. Let's say you have a friend or you have a family friend who is into marine engineering. So he is doing very well in marine engineering career. So whenever that friend contacts your family members, they say that I'm good, doing good. So you will make a decision, okay, marine engineering is the best career for me. While if there is one more marine engineer, they are not doing good at all in their career. They are facing issues with their salary, the hectic work schedule. If they contacted your parent or you see a video of them, you will say, okay, marine engineering is not the right career for me. So if you see, it is very subjective. Whatever you see, don't make choices accordingly. Whatever is shown to you on social media, don't take your decisions directly. Try to analyze those situations with the tool that we will be discussing today. So the tool that we will be covering today of career counseling is known as career values tool. Now what are career values? These are the values which define how we make decisions in our career area of life. So I want everyone to carry yourself a pen and a notebook for this career counseling session. First thing I want you to do is answer 5 questions and write it down in your notebook or paper, whatever you are carrying. We will show the questions on your screen. Now the situations that I'll ask you in these questions, it can be related to your past internship, job, college experience or school experience. So try to answer them and I will also give you sample answers how you can write about it. So the first question I want you to answer is a time when you feel incredibly fulfilled. You were proud of yourself. Take a time to reflect back a moment in your job, in your college, in your school when you feel fulfilled. You're proud of yourself. You feel that sense of achievement. What made you feel so? So sample answers can be, I felt good when I cleared that competitive examination. I felt good when my boss promoted me. I felt good when I got that degree. Try to elaborate your answers as much as possible. Also, pause the video if you want to answer the question. Second question that I want you to answer is just opposite to the first question. A time when you felt incredibly regretful of making decisions. It can be, a hollow feeling inside, a sorrow feeling inside. Why I am doing this? Try to elaborate this answers as much as possible. What are you doing in that current situation? What are the particular people involved in that? So for example, my boss does not allow me to do work independently. In my college, I did not get time to work on extracurricular activities like drama or singing. In school, I was only focused on my studies. Or it can be anything related to a feeling of unfulfillment, regret that you have. So try to answer the questions. Reflect back a moment when you felt incredibly regretful, unfulfilled, empty or annoyed. You can again pause the video and answer the questions as elaborately as possible. Third question is, you have to make a list of activities where you feel flow of time. Flow of time means that you forget about your past, you forget about your future. You are so focused in the present moment. You are so engrossed in that activity. For example, as a counselor, I feel very engrossed in that activity when I talk to people, understand their problem. An engineer, when they are doing analysis of data, they might feel engrossed in it. So in your past internship, job, school, college, what activities in your day-to-day life make you feel alive, make you feel engrossed? You don't have to look at your watch when you do these activities. So make a list of the activities. It can be work-related also, it can be hobbies also. So hobbies in terms of singing, dancing, painting, that also you can write down, and work-related also, whatever you like to do. Pause the video if you want to elaborate the answer. The fourth question that we have here is about a role model. So all of you might have a role model which you look up to. It can be anyone, it can be from your family, it can be from any movie, it can be from YouTube, it can be a dead or an alive person. Any role model you have that you look up to them. So what qualities make them your role model? So for example, I get inspired by APJ Abdul Kalam because of his work and dedication, because of his hard work. It can be from your family member also. Let's say you have a mother or father, they are hardworking, they are creative, so they become your role model. So try to write down at least 2 to 3 role models and what qualities you want to have or you are inspired by them. So the fifth question is, all of us have some natural gifts. It can be anything which adds value to your life as well as other people's life. So for example, I like singing. It entertains people. I like to talk to people. That is a natural gift. I like to make art. So that also adds value to the people's life. So what are your natural gifts and abilities that you have that adds value to your life as well as other people's life also? So you can pause the video. We will show you all the 5 questions here. So answer all the 5 questions as elaborately as possible and then we will move to the next section. So all these 5 questions were related to your core values. In the first question, when we apply the core values in life, we feel fulfilled, happy about ourselves, proud of ourselves. And when someone stops us from applying our values, who we are actually, then we feel regretful. We feel unfulfilled. We feel passionless from inside. When we add those to our activities, we feel that flow of time. We don't have to look at our watch while working on those values. And then when we apply that value we see those values in a role model, in a person, we get attracted to those role models. So we want to have those values or we have those values innate in ourselves, but that is not developed. So that's why we create role models. And lastly, when you add those values to other people's life, that enhances your value and credibility. So all the 5 questions were related to your core values. Next step is, whatever you have answered, based upon your answers, you have to select 5 core career values which will be shown to you on screen. I'll explain those values one by one to you. The first value is achievement. You like to achieve milestones, whether it is in your career, studies, if you are in your school or college. So you select achievement. Second is advancement. You like to grow in your career. So second value is advancement. Third is adventure or risk taking. You like to have adventure in your career. You are that kind of personality. So any kind of sports or adventure, you want to have this value in your career. So you can select adventure as the value. Then comes aesthetics. So the fourth value is aesthetics. Beauty, elegance, fashion. You like things to be beautified or structured. So aesthetics you will select as a value. Then comes benefits like insurance, like retirement benefits in any job, like a government job. So if you want that, you select this value. Creativity, you want to create something new from scratch. It can be any design, it can be any product. So if you like to do that, if you have that value, if you have answered that in your questions, please write down creativity as your value. Then comes diversity. Diversity means understanding and interacting with multiple culture people, right? Understanding different personalities of people. Then comes flexible work schedule. For example, a startup gives you flexible work schedule. Now many companies are giving flexible work schedule. If you see that, okay, I want to have flexible work schedule in my career or job, then you will select flexible work schedule. Then next value is helping others. So helping others is, let's say, a work of any psychologist, counselor, doctor. So that is social worker. That comes under helping others value. So if you have answered in your questions that you like to interact with people, right? You want to help people. So helping others is one of the values for you. Then comes influencing others, right? So if you are working in the area of social media, influencers, in the reporting format, mass communication, multimedia, so that is one of the values of influencing others. Then comes job security. If you want job security, like in a government job, in a more structured job, then you select job security as a value. Next value is job tranquility. If you want to have a peaceful job, so job tranquility stands for peacefulness in a job. You don't want to have any headache. You don't want to have any argument. You want to have a 9 to 5 job which gives you peace of mind. You don't want to work for extra hours. If that is your value in career, select job tranquility. Then come leadership. You want to be in a leadership position. The leadership attracts you, right? If you have answered in some of the questions that, okay, I was the head boy or head girl of the school, I enjoyed that role. That was the high point for me. I felt fulfilled, right? You were the CR or the head of some society in your college, then that is the leadership position. In your previous job, you were given a lead role, right, that you liked. So leadership is one of the core values. Then come personal growth. So personal growth means you are growing at your personal level. Whatever career you choose, it is helping you grow from inside. So for example, if a career is helping you to have good communication skills, financial independence, that is called personal growth. Next value is predictability and structure in job. Your job is very structured, or whatever job or career you want to choose, it has to be very structured in nature. You don't want any kind of flexibility, right? You don't want that some random thing is coming next day, some random thing is coming the third day, right? There should be structure in your career or job. Then you select this particular value. Then comes professional development, right? So professional development is growing in your career, right? Whatever you are doing, you are upskilling yourself in that career area. So that is professional development. Next value is recognition. You want to have awards, rewards for your skills, right? Appraisals in your company. So you select recognition. Relationship with nature. You don't like, interacting with people much, but you like to be in the nature, right? So for example, a career of forest officer, right? You are working in travel and tourism, right? Botany. So all this is related to nature. So relationship with nature If you like that, if you have answered in any of the questions, you select relationship with nature as a value. Then come relationships with human beings. So relationship with human beings, the workplace, you like to interact with people, that you select here. Next is salary or money. If that is your driving force in life, that is the value that you have, you want to have high package, high amount of money or revenue coming for you, then that is one of the core values you have. So you felt fulfilled in one of the answers when you purchased something, you had this much amount of bank balance or investment. That is where salary or money comes into picture. Next is self-control. So if a job or career, you are able to control your emotions, you are able to regulate your emotions, you are not being too impulsive, that's what you want from a career, so you can select self-control. Next is self-expression. You are able to express yourself in your job or career that you have chosen, right? So expression can be in the form of a task-oriented work, let's say coding, drawing something, making designs, or expression can be in the form of communication, interacting with people, right? So you define how do you want to express yourself in the self-expression value or area. Then comes solving problems. Let's say in any startup or in any company, if you are in a role to solve problems, you are in, let's say, a product development team, right, or product development manager, so you want to achieve that, you want to solve problems every day, then this is the value for you. You can also become an entrepreneur if problem solving is one of your core values. Then comes status or prestige. You want to have a high designation, status in the society. If you want to, let's say, become an IAS officer or any government servant, right? So you have a status or prestige in the society. If that is one of the values, please write it down. Then comes supervision of people. You again like to supervise with people, influence them. So that is one of the values. Time for family is the next value. So if you want to have a job or a career where you get enough time for your family, right? You are at this juncture where you don't want a hectic job, you want to have a time for family, right? So there are some careers related to that. For example, teaching and other areas of career. So that supports time for family. Next value we have is variety in work. So variety in work is you are working on different projects on a day-to-day basis. For example, a digital marketer working in an agency, they work on different projects every day. You like the variety that you get in the work. It's not monotonous at all. So if you want to have that variety in your work or career, you choose variety in work. Then comes working in groups. You like working in groups, group projects, right? Interacting with people. So that is how this value of working in group or team works. So you select this particular value if you like interacting or working in groups. And the last value that we have here is working environment or setting. If the culture of the company, right? So let's say you want to work in an air-conditioned office, right? So that is the working setting that is important for you. You select this value. Let's say a civil engineer or mechanical engineer, they don't get that capacity. They have to work in the field also, on the shop floor also, right? So there are some areas where you have to travel, there might be not the right conditions for you. So if that matters to you, you want to have that working condition, right? Working condition, then you go for working environment or setting. So these are the values which I spoke about, and we will show you the list here of all the values presented to you. You can pause the video, select the 5 values which are most important to you that you want in your career and write it down in your notebook. You can take help from your answers also. I hope all of you have selected the 5 values. The next step is to define those values. So everyone have a different definition of a value. So let's say my value that I want in my career is creativity. And my definition of creativity is creating new ideas and services from scratch to serve humanity. That is my definition for you. For you, creativity can be creating designs for a filmmaking company. Define those 5 values, and in the second column, you have to prioritize those values. The prioritization means that you have to select which one is most important to you, you will give that rank 1. Which one is least important to you, you will give that rank 5, right? So first define the values in one line and then rank them from 1 to 5. We'll show you the table how it works on the screen. You can pause the video again to define and rank the values. Now, after you have defined and ranked the values, I will ask you 4 questions. If you answer yes to those questions, then we go ahead to the last process. If you answered no to any of these questions, then you can go through again the video and select or change some of the values. First question is, do the values you have chosen make you feel good about yourself? Yes or no? Are you proud of the top 5 values? Yes or no? Would you be comfortable to telling people you respect your values? Yes or no? And last question is, do these values represent things you would support even if your choice were not popular and put you in the minority? Last question I'll explain. For example, you are a creative person. Your creativity is one of the values, but most of the people around you are taking, let's say, science, which does not entail to your definition of creativity of creating designs and movies, right? So are you comfortable sharing that I don't want to take science, I want to take creativity as a value and career accordingly, right? Are you comfortable? Are you confident about it? Even if it puts you in the minority, you are the only person taking that particular subject or career. That is being answered. So why are we doing this? Is to gain confidence of the 5 values that you have selected. That defines your career. So again, I'm repeating, if it is yes for all the values, we'll move ahead. And if it is no, you can go back, change the value that you think you're not proud of or you will not be comfortable telling to other people. Now comes the last step to help you assign careers to these values. If you can see on your screen, make a table like this, write down in the columns value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4, value 5, and in the rows write down career 1, career 2, career 3 or any additional hobbies that you have in your mind, right? So for a school student, it can be stream, science, commerce, humanities. For a college student, it can be any career, let's say engineer, doctor. For a working professional, it can be any role, marketing manager, it can be electrical engineer, computer science engineer, a journalist, a psychologist. So in terms of career 1, career 2, career 3, whatever you are confused with currently, just write down those careers, and whatever values we have selected, just write down those values. Now what will you do? For career 1, tick mark the values which is being satisfied by that career option. So if you see, a career option is engineering, right? So if one of the values is prestige or status, that you will get in our society. So tick mark that. Second is flexible work schedule. So you might not get flexible work schedule in engineering profile, right? So you'll not tick that. Then comes salary. If you think engineering is giving you the salary, tick mark that. So likewise, see how many values you are satisfying by different career options. Why we have added the hobbies part? If sometimes you might not get all the 5 values fulfilled by any career, it's totally fine. Whatever cases I also take, most of the people are satisfying their 3 to 4 values. That's why they feel motivated in the job. And if your values, if you're getting 1 or 2 only, you will not be motivated by that particular job or career. So once you are done with that, the number 1 career would be, if you are getting 5 values, that is your number 1 career choice. If you are satisfying 4 values, that is number 2 choice. And if you are satisfying 3 values, that is your number 3 choice. I'll give you some examples. So let's say engineering. So if you have the values of problem solving, prestige, salary, leadership, job security, all these values are satisfied by engineering career. Doctor, helping other value, human nature, salary, prestige, relationship with nature. These are some of the values satisfy a doctor as a career. Entrepreneur or businessman, what are the values satisfied here? Leadership, problem solving, achievement, professional development, money. So see how many values are being satisfied and get your top careers. So let's do a case study. So let's apply this particular tool in the life of a software engineer. Let's say you're working in a company which is a startup as a software engineer. So if one of the values that we have is salary, flexible work schedule, you are able to impact other people's life, leadership, so that you will be satisfying when you are working in a startup. On the other hand, if you have the values of working with people, working culture, working setting, leadership, money and benefits, as well as job security, then same job role of software engineer will be satisfied by an MNC. So you see why this tool is helpful? So all of us know that I want to become a software engineer, but which company, which setting will give me or satisfy my values? That is another layer of career counseling that we covered today with the help of this tool. Now what you can do with this tool, right? Two things. If you are working currently, if you are in your college, you can see which course I should select, which job or career I should select based upon my values. And if you are not able to satisfy all the 5 values, sometimes what I do is with my clients also, I share some hobbies, so voluntary work. So for example, if I cannot switch my job as a software engineer, but I like to interact with people, I like to help others. So I ask them, go to any NGO, join any NGO on weekends when they are free, and that is how they satisfy their values. So 4 values that they are satisfying with the career or the job that they are doing, and 1 value they are satisfying by the hobby that they choose, right? So when you apply these concept of values in your career, you live a fulfilled life. I hope you found this tool very helpful. If you have any questions or doubts in mapping of the values or selecting the values in any of the part of the video, comment down below. We'll try to solve your doubts and answer them as much as possible. Subscribe to my channel Ask Life with Anmol. Hit that like button if you like this video and you want to create balance in your life. Keep growing.